WIS festival, over.
Yes, all right. I'm also waiting for that.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, it sure was cold this morning. It got down below freezing. I had to scrape ice off my windshield, and I think I can hear a mic in there, K6NYC. This is Kilo 6 Whiskey India Sugar.
Yeah, K6WIS. I'm just trying to figure why. Oh, there it is. Now it's making power. I didn't have all the switches in the right place here, Paul. Good evening to you. Yeah, I had the volume turned down all the way here. K6WIS 637. Good evening. And hope you had a good Thanksgiving weekend there. K6WIS, K6MYC.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. K6MYC from K6WIS. Here about a 5x4, 5x5. Just having a QSO with Fred. And yeah, it was quite a relaxing weekend. Well, did a couple of work days clearing the yard of some excess wood and dead trees. I cut down a couple of pine trees here, and I was chopping up logs and splitting them and that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay. You're cutting them down. Why did you cut the pine trees down?
They were dead. Over.
Well, that's a good reason. Yeah, okay. Probably from lack of water this last year, huh?
Yeah, so they're basically a fire hazard. There's, I've got to clear out some more. So, yeah, there's still plenty of yard work for me to do. I don't need to go to a gym. My backyard is my gym, over.
Yeah, same here, exactly. I don't need to go to the gym either. Although in the wintertime, I have less incentive to go out there and work hard, although I do some work. Anyway, good evening to you, and I wonder if you've got any other check-ins, or is it just yourself this evening, over?
Oh, yeah, I need to relay check-ins for the Clear Lake stations, the KA6OS Kent and N1PPP, Dave, over.
Okay, got it, N1PPP and KA6OSX 160 and 336. Got it. Okay. And I just got the receiver turned up. I just was kind of dozing in front of the TV waiting for the time, and I got right up to 7:30, so I didn't have any preliminaries here. Let's see, I heard other voices in there. Let me see who else is in here. K6MYC Bozo Net. Who else do we have on frequency, over? Well, I know KW6S is on a long trip to Europe, so we won't have him. Let me move up into the Fresno area a little bit. Let's see if that brings up anybody. Fred, I wonder if you're up there. KD6SOK, K6MYC.
Paul, W6IS up there at Placerville, and it's good to hear you in there tonight, Mike. You sound really good.
Yeah, I got you now. I think I've got you pretty well tuned in. A little weak at the beginning. I missed the beginning, Fred, but good to hear you. Hopefully you had also an enjoyable, uneventful weekend, over.
Yeah, I sure did. It was nice and quiet. So, yeah, thank you, and I hope you had a good Thanksgiving as well. Nice and quiet. It sure is getting chilly outside. It's supposed to be,
For us, California, it's going to go into the mid-30s tonight, so it's got to stay nice and warm over here. Good to hear you, Mike. You had a great signal, excellent audio. KD6S, okay.
Yeah, good. Well, who else was here? You said PQL, and who was the other one you've heard?
Oh, Paul, up in Placerville.
KD6K.
I'm sorry, I didn't get it, Fred. Somebody else was in there. Who was it that was in here beside PQL? Go ahead.
It was Paul, W6IS up there in Placerville, and I think JNN is in the background now as well.
Okay, all of a sudden you got massive flutter on you. Paul, yes, I've got Paul. Okay, well, let me just see who else is in here. I'll get PQL in 1 second, but let's see if Jim WB6JNN is on frequency. He's got an antenna that works on this frequency anyway. Hi. WB6JNN, how about it, Jim? K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WW6J, and I'm here fine. And I'm hungry because I'm on scheduled for a colonoscopy on Wednesday. Sounds like fun?
Okay, I'm not sure I understood what you said. You said you're not going to be here on Wednesday? Or you will be here?
No, I won't be here on Wednesday because I don't have anything on 2 meters that you can hear.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. And, of course, 432 the same way. So, yes, we don't expect you now until you get that thing fixed up there on the in the antenna department. Anyway, hope you had a pleasant Thanksgiving. Did you have anybody visit you, your daughters, or anybody over?
Well, my son came up from San Diego, so he was here for a couple of days.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, we had quite a group in here. I think we had 25 for Thanksgiving Day. Some of those were Matt's wife's relatives. I don't know a lot of them very well, but of course they're always welcome to come, and they do. And I had my grandson from Tennessee who came back and was with us, Ryan, and we had quite a few others. There was a few that were missing because Matt's ex-wife invited them all the kids that Matt had. So 2 of the 3 were over there, or all 3 were over there for Thanksgiving Day. So all we had was Kenny's kids, and we had all 3 of them, so that was good. Anyway, but pretty good group, and had pretty decent weather. It was cold, of course, but on Saturday we had nice sun in the afternoon, very nice sunny, warm afternoon. It wasn't warm, but it was warm if you stayed in the sun. Hi. Anyway, thanks for checking in, Jim, and we'll look for you on 1296 tomorrow, hopefully. WB6JNN, K6MYC.
K6MYC, WB6JNN, okay.
Okay, let's see. I guess I should look for Jim, W6PQL. I'll move the antenna a little bit more. Jim, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, W6PQL. Today was a golf day, but it should have been sitting by the fireplace day because it was cold out there. Cold and foggy at the time we played. And I played pretty well, except for the long game wasn't there, but I made lots of putts, so I could have scored really well if the long game had been along there with the short game. But no problem. I did have a little accident, though. I was walking onto the green. It was kind of a hilly area there by the green, and I didn't see this. They have these wooden posts that are. They've got a metal rod going through the center of them, and they go. You know, they're a big stake, is what they are, and they go. They go into the ground, and sometimes you can't really see them very well because they're exactly the same color as the grass. So I turned around, and as I was facing the green, started walking forward, and I tripped over one of those things, caught my left foot, and I went down like a sack of potatoes, and hurt my left arm. I was lucky I didn't break anything, but I had on a heavy jacket and a flannel shirt, so I think that cushioned it. But I'm bruised up a little bit. None the worse for wear, aside from that. Didn't lose any golf balls. That was the only good part of that particular experience. K6NYC, W6PQL.
Well, you're not supposed to run into things when you can see. You have eyeballs. I do that all the time when I can't see what I'm running into. I have a peripheral vision, but sometimes it doesn't work all the way to the ground, so I'm forever stepping on something, or if I don't remember to look down where I'm walking and make a particular point of looking in that general direction, or at least getting my eyes down to where my peripheral vision picks up the ground. I'm always doing something like that, but luckily I haven't hurt myself yet. So I'm glad that you survived. Jackets and the grass to fall on is always helpful. Hi. All righty. But you were a putting maniac, but not too good on the long stuff, huh?
Yeah, that part of the game just wasn't there today. For some reason, you can't get both of those parts to go together. But it always happens that way. You've been doing this. You've done this before, so you know what it's like. But I was making most of my putts. I only missed probably 5 out of the 18 putts that I had to make for a par. But it was a pretty good day because I hadn't been putting well, and that's a particularly difficult part of the game for me. So there is hope.
Yeah, well, that's why they call it golf. You know why they call it golf, don't you? You know where they came from, the name came from, don't you?
Oh, probably some irate Scotsman.
No, it was the only 4-letter word that was left. Over.
Gotcha.
Okay. See you later. See you tomorrow on 1296. W6PQL, K6MYC, listening for anybody else with the 222 capability. Go ahead. Oh, boy, very quiet. Okay, well, let's head on up toward Oakley then. Here we are up toward Oakley at N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC, over.
Yeah, Mike, K6MYC. N6RO. Oh, boy, I'm missing my check-in on the other net. Bozo 835. We'll see you at 6 meters.
Yes, I have 6 meters, and Matt informed me why I can't make this rotator turn more than about 90 degrees. It's got a programmed brain in it that it was meant for elevation. And when you use an azimuth rotor of ours on elevation, it only goes about between 180 and 90 degrees. It won't go any further. So that's what it's doing. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to. Luckily, it's going between 270 and 360, so I at least covered most of the people that I want to talk to. Hi. Anyway, we'll look for you over on 6 there again. A little light tonight, but maybe I had not peaked on you. Let me see if I can get a little more signal from you. And how did you come out in the contest with respect to others? Over.
We're in 5th or 6th place in Molly in the States. But we were, you can't compete with the East Coast. Their advantage of getting around the Aurora donut that was affecting all of us, all bands here this weekend. But competing with ourselves, and for the first time we got by K0RF out east, and has always beaten us. They've got big antennas and great operators and a geographical advantage, but we got by them for the first time that I can remember. So that was a marker in our effort this weekend. All the team is real satisfied with what we did. I mean, we just did everything that was possible to do. We didn't have many failures, just a few computer crashes, but I recovered. Anyway, let's see. My report: high temperature 50, and dinner was that wonderful Alaskan halibut and broccoli and all the other veggies and brown rice, and I actually got a pretty good night's sleep, 8 hours, which is a record for me. No, it's not a record, but I'll probably get about 10 hours tonight because it takes me 2 or 3 days to recover from 2 all-nighters. Anyway, that's enough. N6RO.
Okay, N6RO, K6MYC. You must have a loose mic cord or something because you were crunching and staticky through the whole transmission. It got better for a little while, and then at the end it got bad again. So maybe it's the way you're moving. I can't tell whether it's movement related or something else, but it's full of crunches and a little bit difficult to copy, but I got 99% of it, Ken. So maybe you could check your mic cord there or something. Something's loose somewhere. Anyway, yeah, I tried to get some more rest tonight. I slept pretty good last night, and I did not oversleep this morning. I was up by a little bit before 8 o'clock and got in here and had a good chat with the guys. So that was good. But we had another failure today. I went to use my local home phone, and the home phone didn't work. It turned out that we had the phone company. I called them up and said I can't make incoming or outgoing calls from my phone. That's the Ponderosa people. They're only about 12 airline miles away from me here. And within a couple of hours, we had 2 trucks here, and they were servicing me. And we found a bad interface connection right at the base of at the beginning of my system here in the box outside the house. Probably damaged when we had all that floating ground stuff. And we just didn't notice it because we don't use the home phone over the last 4 or 5 days. We haven't used it, so it probably occurred a week or so ago, and we never caught it. Anyway, they fixed it, found it, so another one that's been repaired. We got 2 brand new dryers today, brand new dryer and a brand new washer. That all came in, is all hooked up and working. So little by little, they're recovering all the broken things, Ken. 73s, and we'll see in a little bit on 6 meters. N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay on everything. I think my problem is a connector, the mic connector. I need to put some contact cleaner down the tube there. Okay on all the appliances. I got a new washer about 6 months ago, and I'm very happy with it. You don't have to mess with it. You just throw the clothes in there in an organized fashion. A couple of pods of that gel soap, and away you go. What else here? I'm looking forward to having a new hot water heater installed on Wednesday. It'll be 3 weeks since I've had my walk-in tub, and I'm really looking forward to a bath. And so is my operator crew. See you later, N6RO.
Okay, yeah, it's still crunching. Not quite as bad that transmission as before, but it's still crunching away on you, so something's not right. I think I've heard this before on 220, and it's getting worse, so it may be something elsewhere in the system. Maybe if you could look at the stream, you could hear yourself on the stream, and you could maybe make an adjustment or at least see if it has anything to do with anything. You can call me back here if you want, and when you have the stream up, if you want to listen and see what it sounds like, call me back while I'm still on here before we go to 6 meters. N6RO, K6MYC, will be sliding up toward Sacramento.
My problem may be the radio. We had some other bad symptoms on that, so I'll get to the bottom of it. I can use my handheld as a receive and see what it sounds like.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's still doing it, so it may be the radio. It's hard to tell. It's crunchy, and it doesn't sound like nonlinearity exactly. It's just crunching, and it doesn't seem to be on hard syllables or soft. It seems to be semi-random. That's the hard part to nail down. I can't connect it with anything. Anyway, good luck with it, and we'll see you on 6 in a few minutes there, Ken. N6 Radio Ontario, K6MYC, going towards Sacramento.
See you, Mike.
Anybody else here in this direction that's copying? K6MYC, Bozo Net.
Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, number 432.
Okay. KR6, no, okay. KM6SRR. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Mike. Just finished up early with our local net, so here I am.
Yes, you are. I got a call from Aaron, and he said he's got the stream up and running, but he isn't going to be home in time for the net. He's still on the road coming back from somewhere. I'm not sure where he was, but he was talking right through his Starlink on the roof of the vehicle, and it was pretty good copy. It wasn't 100%, but very close. Anyway, good evening, Rob, and hope you had a good day. It was pretty nice this afternoon up here. We got sun for the last half of the day, so that was nice. Did you have a little sun out there?
I was in town for most of today, so I took off and was down there for a doctor appointment at 9:45, and got back here about 7 o'clock almost.
Oh boy, so you were in the dark the whole time. Okay, I understand.
It was still kind of hazy down there, kind of a high fog, I guess you could say. And I never made it by your place with the cookies. I was running so late, so I'll probably see you tomorrow when I go out to the post office.
Oh, okay. Well, we're holding our breath. Frank did not show up today. I don't know what happened. I could not get the phone to work. We had all kinds of phone service problems today. My local phone, my home phone went out. And I don't know how long it's been out. It might have been out the last week or so when everything else went out. But I tried to use it today, and I couldn't. And called the phone company on my cell phone, and 2 hours later they had 2 trucks out here, and they had the problem solved in another hour or so. And it was another little interface box that sat right at the input to the phone line to the house. I asked the guy if it lost ground, if the ground went high, would it damage that thing? And he says, yeah, it probably was. That probably was what took it out. So for all I know, it's been out for a week or so. Anyway, we got 2 new machines today, a new washer and a new dryer. So at least we're making a little headway, and we did get the phone fixed. So little by little, we're creeping back to total performance, Rob. KM6SRR, and then we'll look for Sacramento guys, K6MYC.
That sounds good, Mike. I guess I don't need the clothespin on my nose when I come visit you then, haha.
Yeah, no, the washer's going full bore here. Judy's been washing off and on all day, I guess.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be standing by, KM6SRR.
Okay. Let me see here. KO6KD. Wonder if you're copying me there, Bill. Missed you this morning, of course. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike, and the net K6MYC from KO6KD, Bozo number 776. I've got a different microphone on this radio, so if I sound different or whatever, I don't know how it's going to sound, but it appears to be driving the radio and the amplifier. Okay, so hopefully you're copying me all right. But anyway, high temperature today was 53. We're currently 43 degrees, and so we did have lots of sun later this afternoon. It was quite nice to sit here and look out the window and have the sun on my face. So that was nice. Anyway, that's it for now. Yeah, I was not around this morning. Wait a minute, was I? No. Yes. No, I wasn't. No. Well, anyway, hell, I don't know. Can't remember what I'm doing, so I'll try to be there tomorrow. Every day I have the best intentions. I'll let you go and look for you in a little bit here on 6 meters. K6MYC from KO6KD.
Yeah, Roger, KO6KD, K6MYC, fine. And we'll see you on 6 in a little bit there. And okay, on this morning, well, we were there. Everybody was there except for yourself. So you were the only missing soul this morning. But we somehow struggled along and got along without you. Not a lot of heavy conversation today. Bob had a pretty good trip up in Bellingham, Washington. Everything went well up there. And K7KF was back from his trip and in good spirits, but anxious to get going with his day. I had lots of phone calls to make, and I did. Some went through, some didn't. I'm still waiting for a call back from Sleep Number to get my Sleep Number bed fixed. I called in and got a special number to call for service, and I waited 45 minutes on hold while they were telling me that my call was important to them. Please hold. But if you want to get called back in the order that your call was received, push 1. And I knew that was a disaster, but I pushed 1 after 45 minutes of waiting, and they never called me back. So I knew that would happen. Otherwise, all the other phone calls were successful. The home phone was gone. We tried to use the home phone. That didn't work. I had to call Ponderosa and get them down, and they came down and found the problem in an hour or so. And the same kind of a little thing that was probably subject to a floating ground was blown up at the input to the phone line to the house here. So we're gradually weeding out all the failures, Bill. 2 left to go: the oven and sleep number bed control. 7-3, we'll see you on 6 in a little bit. KO6KD, K6MYC.
I'm glad you're getting everything finally put back together. We'll talk more about it in the morning. All right, see you after a bit. I'll get things spooled up over on 6 meters. John's out there on 2, so he'll be waiting for you as well on 6 when you get there. All right, 7-3 for now, KO6KD.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get anything out of the, well, maybe Daniel can check in with us from Nevada. He's functional in that band, so that's good. I don't think there's anybody else in this direction, but I'll take a standby. Anybody else copying me in on 222, please? I think K6 India Lima X-ray has moved. I think he's gone. We may never hear him again on the Bozo Net. I think he's moved to the East Coast. He sold his property very quickly, and I think he's gone, but I can't swear to that. Anyway, QRZ 222. Anybody left before we go to Nevada? K6MYC. Okay, nothing heard. 7-3. We'll see you on 6, Bill. K6MYC rotating toward Nevada. And there we are toward Nevada. KE7UQL. Kilo Echo 7 Uniform Quebec London. I wonder if you're in there tonight, Daniel. You should be. K6MYC, Central California, Bozo Net, calling and listening. Yeah, very, very light tonight. Boy, you're light on this band. That's unusual, but we've got you. You're about readability 3. 272, and I moved the antenna and I brought you up a little bit, but still not anywhere near where it should be. So we'll move on here. But thanks very much for being there, Daniel. I wish the copy was better. Maybe it'll come up. KE7UQL for another one. K6MYC. Go ahead, Daniel.
Okay, Roger. Yes, the path is a little bit weak tonight, and I'm on a smaller antenna, so having a little trouble hearing you. This is KE7UQL. Thank you for the check-in. Over.
Yeah, okay. Well, you were Q5 that time. You're all up in good shape for that transmission, so no problem that time. It's reasonable. It's about S1, but Q5, and that's the main thing, Daniel. So thank you very much for being the only one to represent your group up there. I don't think we're going to hear Larry in here. You have not heard Larry, have you?
Negative on Larry. Have not heard Larry. Over.
Yeah, I understand he's got a pretty bad cold, and so he's got 2 excuses. The antennas are pointing in the wrong direction, and he's also got a very bad cold. So hopefully he'll get over the cold. That gets taken care of, hopefully, with your own immune system, and nothing can fix the antenna except somebody coming over there and helping him out, I guess. 7-3, Daniel. 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Well, I guess you're. Do you have 1296 running or not? Give me a Roger.
I'll give you a not. I'll tell you no 1296. I'll see you Wednesday on 144. Roger.
Yeah, Roger. No 1296, so we'll see you on 144, 2 meters on Wednesday. Sounds good, Daniel. Thanks much. Let's see if on this band, I don't think Rob is going to hear you because he's just listening on a stacked pair of hole loops. But let me just see. Are you catching anything from Daniel, Rob?
Yeah, I'm hearing a little bit there. I got my antennas peaked on them, so I should be hearing a little ha-ha.
Yeah, you might be. Anything from Rob, Daniel, did you copy anything?
Yes, Roger. KM6SR, KE7UQL. I have you about S4, over.
S2, Rob, you're S2.
My name, but I couldn't quite make out what he said in between there, Mike. Anyway, good to hear you there, Daniel. KE7UQL, KM6SR.
He said you were S2. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yes, Roger. So we'll work on this. We'll work on getting a bigger antenna on the top. KE7UQL, 7-3, guys.
7-3, Daniel. Thanks again for being there. K6MYC. Okay, Rob, I think we're done with 220. I can go back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed, and then we'll go to 6, okay? Oh, is that 7-11? Very, very distorted, very, very weak, John. Very distorted. I just barely copied it, so maybe it hasn't warmed up yet there. It's cold. Your radio's cold, and it's not happy. K6 Mexico, Italy, K6 MYC. Thanks for checking in, John. I did not hear him come back, but I'm going to rotate down that way.
Yeah, he came back, Mike, but I couldn't make it out. Were you going to talk to Ken, N6RO?
I did talk to Ken, N6RO.
About him listening to his stream to see if he could identify what problem he was having.
Well, I don't know if he said he wasn't going to do that. I don't think he's going to do that, but I'll go back and call him and see if he's, this should be about the right direction. N6RO, are you back here on the stream, Ken, K6MYC? No, I don't think he's listening now.
Okay, just your conscience talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, here we are down into the Bay Area. Late checks or missed on 222. Late checks or missed. K6KLY, WA6AXX. Who else do we have? KB6BA. I don't know if he has 222 or not. I don't think Mike has it. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie does not have 222. Trying to think if somebody else in that area has 222, but I can't remember who it is now. Anyway, last call for 222 in the Bay Area. K6MYC Bozo Net, calling and listening.
K6MYC W6PQL, you can put in 52. 52 was there, over.
Okay, 52 was there. I'll put 52 down. Thank you, Jim. I don't think you're pointed quite at me. I came back up with the antenna, but you didn't pick up. But we got your 52, Jim, over.
Oh, yeah, the antenna business is my fault. That was my fault. I was still pointed at Santa Barbara. Yeah, 52 is there.
Yeah, okay, we got you now. Not too bad. Okay. And glad that you are connecting with Santa Barbara tonight. Thanks for that. That brings the number up to a respectable 12 or 13 contacts here tonight. Rob, what have we got? How many people on 222 tonight?
I just came in when you were talking to Ken, N6RO. So I'll have to listen to the stream to get the rest. If you have Judy send me a picture, that'd be great.
Oh, I can do that, but I can also remember, I think. Let's see. KD6SOK was in there. Somebody was in there before that. Who was that?
Hi, good evening, Jim. Again, W6PQL, K6WIS. So I turned down my power a little bit. I've got to point towards the Bay Area, of course, but you're at 20 over 9 on the direct path. So
there, and Paul was the first in 637, Rob.
And, yeah, in this direction, I won't bother Mike. He can barely tell I'm in there at this point. Everything okay up there?
Yep, Roger. Just turned the amp off.
then after KD6 SOK 507, we got WB6JNN 285 and Jim 1296. And I think we went right up and got N6RO. I think that was it, Rob.
Okay, sounds good. I got them down.
So what is the count? And I'll write it in, and then Judy can count it up. And if it's, I'll have her send it to you anyway.
Okay, that'd be good. I automatically put in Aaron and Brittany.
Did you say 15? Did you say you counted 15?
No, I just saying I put in Aaron and Brittany, as a matter of fact, without hearing them. I've got 14, I think, is what I counted.
14, okay. All righty, now let's go. I think we're done here. So let's just go over to 6 meters. I'll see you on 6 in a couple of minutes here. KM6SRR, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SRR. I've already got the 6 meter radio on. Did Ken show up tonight on 220?
Yeah, I was on there. You can list me.
Oh, no, I got you along with Brittany and Aaron, as a matter of fact, and myself and Candace. I was wondering if Ken, WA6OIB, came on 222 tonight.
I did not hear OIB. Was he in here on 222?
No, I was just asking. Sometimes he'll talk to Ralph down there, and if I don't put Ralph down, he talks to somebody up here, I get in trouble.
You've got something wrong there. You're very distorted, and you're popping. You're overdriving something or underdriving something. Something does not sound right, Rob. So you might look at your mic gain or something. I'm trying to believe it's not here, but it could be.
Okay, I turned the drive down a little bit. Is that a little better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Okay, I guess I could have bumped it here. It's on the old radio that's right next to where my chair sits, so that's a possibility. Anyway, we'll see you over on 6.
Okay.
KM6, SRR, QSY over to 6 meters.
Yeah, and I did not log Paul down, although he's on the road. He's not able to transmit. I guess we should put him down because he's running the stream. I don't know quite how to handle that, do you?
I assume you're talking about Aaron. I doubled with you a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, we should probably put him down. He's as good as here, over.
Yep, I think so. Okay.
That gives us 15. Okay, very good. I'll send the list over anyway with Judy in a little while. All right, going to 6, K6MYC, Bozo 47 and Delta Mike 07, closing the 222 Bozo Net on December 1st, and going over to 6 meters, 50.140. Here we go.
Okay, thanks, Mike. KM6SR, QSY over to 6 meters also.
Okay, let's see. How's that?
Yeah, nice, Paul.
hear you a little bit there, John. K6MI and KM6SRR, K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. Yeah, your path is maybe a little down tonight. K6MI.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, 982.
Oh, good evening, Daryl. And you're sounding good tonight. Good copy. I'm pointed at you, of course. I think the antenna's as north as it can get here. I think I am almost north. Yeah, there it is. For what it's worth.
Well, yeah, you're way over in the cotton patch on the meter, so yeah, I can always tell. This is the wire, and it's running north to south.
Yeah, okay. Hang on just a second. I got to run into the other room. Just a second. I'll be back in 30 seconds, okay?
Standing by.
Well, that's good. That gives me a chance to talk. How you doing, Daryl? KG6CEF, KM6SRR.
KM6SRR. Hello, Rob. Oh, I'm doing all right. It's going to be cold tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Going to definitely be cold. So, how was your wife's birthday the other day?
Oh, we had a nice time. I barbecued a tri-tip for her, and it was real quiet, but we had a nice time.
That sounds good, but I bet you she's going to figure out another day before year's up to say have another birthday with that treatment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it'll be my turn next in March. Not looking forward to that because it means in 2 more years past this birthday, I'll be 70, and then I have to mess with my driver's license, and oh boy.
It's not too bad. They usually go pretty easy on you. You just got to go in and take the test again, and then you're good. I haven't had to renew mine yet since that one time, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, I have to decide if I want to renew my commercial driver's license as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That could have a few more things to it because of the nature of it. Although if you go talk to Newsom, he'll shoehorn you in like he does all the illegals, haha.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm the wrong color for that, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. By the time it comes around, I may be ready to let it go anyway.
Yep, that's sometimes you got to cut back on all the responsibilities you have. So that sounds good.
Well, so long as I have that, it's a way to make a little extra money. That's why I hate to give it up.
Yep. Well, you do trucking with Ron?
No. I work the fires usually. I drive a water truck. I drive a water tender.
Oh, okay. That sounds like that'd be interesting work to do too.
It's not bad. I don't mind it. You sit and feed water to a fire engine most of the time. That's what you do. That's your 12 hours on and 12 off.
Who is this? Is that you, Daryl?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing fire water hauling.
Well, I didn't do it this year, but I have in past years.
Yeah, okay, very good. Well, good to hear you. And I've got you checked in, of course, 982.
694.
694. Good evening to you, Ben. I didn't get a chance to talk very much with you last week. We had quite a jumble in there. So hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving weekend, Ben. WV6GBS, K6MYC.
Yeah, it's a good weekend. I got invited to different places to eat, and my count here for diabetes went way sky high.
Oh, of course, that would be the thing. You were suffering from TMT. That's too much turkey, too, probably, huh?
Roger.
Okay. I didn't know you had diabetes. Quite a few people have that, of course. It's kind of a quiet disease. You don't have, if you can, it's reasonably easily most of the time to keep it sort of under control if you're halfway conscientious. But on those weekends where there's so many sweets and so many desserts out there, I had about 4 different desserts every time we sat down, finished a meal. I always got a plate with 4 different kind of dessert on it. Over.
Yeah, I have to try to stay away from the sugar. It's about one way I try to do. I just hate to pass by eating donuts and stuff, and I can't have any.
I know. Well, luckily I'm not a big donut lover. There's 2 things wrong with that. There's a lot of fat in there also, but there's always got a fair amount of sugar on those donuts. I try to eat stuff that has a little sweetness to it, but it's a good kind of sweetness. It's usually from raisins or something else that's fruity. I guess it's sugar is sugar, but I think it does a little bit more good if there's fiber associated with it. Over.
Yeah, she needs something out with it. Well, I've been trying to lose weight, so a lot of times I get about half of, well, couldn't do it there this weekend, but if I go out to eat, I used to eat about half what they've got there and take the other half home. And I've been dropping my weight, so it's been good.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I'm holding pretty steady. I probably picked up a few pounds over this last weekend. I didn't pay too much attention to how much I ate or whatever, but I only eat 2 meals a day generally, and both of them are fairly small, and so I've been holding at 199. Over.
Yeah, well, you know, that's about where I am, 199 to 200. I was about 215, so I've dropped about 15 pounds.
Yeah, that's getting a little pudgy. I'm only 5'8". Most of my weight is above my waist. But anyway, I get a little roll around the middle there that's not good. Anyway, I think I'm thinner than most guys my age, however. You got to have a little bit on you to get through the winter, don't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Righty. Well, good to hear you. And I don't know whether we've got, I know we're not going to have Richard in there tonight. Richard is at a astronomy meeting, KD6BQ up there in Wassaw Valley, Nevada, so we probably won't get any check-ins at all tonight from Nevada. I'm pointed right up that way. Unless Larry comes in, N7 Whiskey Tango. Larry, are you around? Larry's got a bad cold, so that's why he isn't here. He usually is a pretty avid 6-meter guy. He tries to check in. He's either here or he's on 6 meters down the band or up the band, working the band. So he doesn't miss 6 meters very much. When he misses 6, he's under the weather. And that's what I heard. He had a very bad cold, so that's too bad. So we're probably not going to get anybody pointed up towards toward Nevada tonight. So we'll take the others, whoever else is in here. Anybody else want to check in before we call the Sacramento boys, K6MYC? I don't know if I wrote you down, Rob. I think I did, but maybe when you get the list, you can check and see if you're written down. I don't think I did, because I would have written 1200 down, too, and I don't think I did that.
Are you talking about over in the 222 band?
No, I'm talking about this band. I don't know if I wrote you down. I wrote you on 6, but I mean, I wrote you down on 220, but I don't know if I wrote you down here. Over.
Okay, I'll look to make sure.
Okay. So let me move it a little bit toward Sacramento. Here we go.
I may not sound real coherent. I got a cat that keeps wanting to lovey-dovey, and his tail's flopping me in the face every time he turns around.
Oh, is that right? I'm not sure what my calibration is here. If anybody can hear me, KR6MR. John, can you copy me? K6MYC.
Oh, my goodness, Mike, you sound beautiful. K6MYC,
You're loud and clear.
KR6MR, Bozo 759.
Oh, I must be pretty close. My calibration's all screwed up, and now I know why. I used a rotator that normally was all programmed and has a brain programmed for elevation, and when it's in elevation, it only lets it go for, about when you try to convert it to azimuth, it only lets you go 90 degrees. I couldn't figure out why this damn thing wouldn't go more than 90 degrees. Anyway, part of it is probably because I'm running into a limit somewhere. It should go 180, but it's only going 90. Anyway, it's 90 more or less due north and over to west, so I can just about get everybody that way that we need here. Anyway, good to hear you, John, and a good strong signal, and I'll try to get Bill in here as well. I don't know who else we have up there on 6 meters. KR6MR or K6MYC?
Golf Yankee. Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, Bill's here. I have not heard Darren tonight, so I don't know if he'll check in or not. But, boy, it's been pretty chilly. Really foggy last night. Boy, it was bad. So I just kind of stayed in the house and did nothing. KR6MR.
We had a pretty nice day today, actually. About noon or 1 o'clock, the sun came out really bright, and it was nice, clear. So we got outside, and I walked around, and we had a telephone guy here because our phone service went out, and they had to come out, and they found a little interface unit in their line right here at the entrance to my house that was blown up. Probably a leftover of all the other things that blew up here at the house. I just didn't catch it because we don't use the home phone very much, and I noticed when we were thinking back that we had not received any phone calls for several days on the home phone. Normally we get quite a few robocalls, but I noticed I hadn't been getting them, so it's because I wasn't connected to the outside world. Over.
Yeah, boy, robocalls, I hate those. Fortunately, my phones, when they ring,
I hear you, Phil,
tell me who's calling. And usually, if it's someone I know, it'll say their name or I recognize the phone number. But most of them, okay, call from some city in California usually. And I don't think the cities exist because I can't find them on the map. I know they're all robocalls. Anyway, they can call all they want. I don't care.
Yeah, well, I get that same thing unless it's somebody that in the local town near me, and even those are robocalls. They've figured out how to fool me. They're calling from Washington D.C. or Virginia or someplace, but they use a local area code number to get in. And that fools you. Of course, it sounds like the phone's somebody calling from Fresno. Anyway, yeah, well, I get my share of robocalls, even on the cell phone. For a long time, they weren't supposed to do that on the cell phone, but I'm still getting a lot of calls that way, mostly from police and fire and veterans administration, veterans groups and stuff. And I try to donate when I can, but right now I'm overwhelmed with all these repairs to the house and all. So I've been holding off on a few donations. Hopefully we can win this election in Tennessee. That's a nasty one. I don't know if you heard about really red state, but the Democrats are pouring millions and millions of dollars in to try and get this communist woman in there in the Senate or in the Congress. It's going to unbalance us if she gets in. So very delicate situation there. You wouldn't think Tennessee would be a big issue. And she hates Nashville and she hates country music. And how in the hell she can get on the ballot and say that stuff? I heard her say it in a couple of her announcements, and maybe maybe there's 2 other people in Tennessee that don't like Nashville and country music. Over.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out. We've had a lot of really strange things happen with the elections in the last few months. All I can do is just sit back and watch and listen to everyone say, oh, the Democrats are doing this bad, so we have to do it. And the Republicans and Democrats are just both doing the same thing, saying the other side's bad, but it's okay if we do it. So, that's just politics.
Yeah, it's 10-1, I think, on the bad side for the Democrats. Holy cow. Okay. But nobody's pure as the driven snow, that's for sure. All right. 7-3, John. Let me see if I can hear anybody else in this direction. I'll tweak a little bit for you, Bill, if you're in there. K06KD, K6MYC. K06KD, I worked him on 222. He must be here.
Yep, I'm here, but you took a real deep fade on me, Mike, and you're just now starting to come back up. You were sounding pretty good, and then things kind of faded. So I don't know if you need to rock the antenna a little bit.
KC5 DTU 712.
At all, but anyway, good evening, John. You disappeared.
I hear you, Kerry.
And you're gone, but anyway. Good evening, everybody. K6MYC in the Bozo group, K06KD, Bozo 776, checking in here on 6 meters, over.
Okay, very good. I got to get Phil in here. Phil, I didn't mean to overlook you there. I heard you. And I also hear Kerry in here. My gosh, nice to hear you, Kerry. Stand by a second. Phil, take one. WB6GGY in Twainhart, K6MYC.
Yeah, WB6GGY. And I was just trying to check in earlier with the state OES that we're a part of, and boy, what a mess they've got on 80 meters. Solar flare is just gobbling up 80 meters right now. So anyway, with that, we'll talk to you a little bit later there, Mike. We'll look for you in the morning. WB6GGY, thank you for the check-in.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't catch you. I heard you right away. You heard me acknowledge you, right? You heard me acknowledge you?
Roger.
Yeah, okay. I try to do that even though I'm talking right through the other guy, but I figured that he was on your backside so you would hear me. All right. Very good. Thanks, Phil. Good to hear you, as always. Okay on the 80-meter debacle. Hopefully it won't barf us up too bad on 40 meters in the morning there. Hopefully we'll be okay with that, and I'll see you then. 73s. After we talked to you on 40 this morning, we tried to make some phone calls on the home phone, and the home phone was out. So we had to get Ponderosa Telephone Company out here, and they came out and found the problem. It was another little blown interface right on the input to the house. You may have heard me say that already. Anyway, one by one, we're weeding out all the little failures. WB6GGY 73, K6MYC.
73, my friend.
WA6AAJ 727.
There's 727. Hang on a second, Mike. We got a couple ahead of you, but don't run away. Okay, let me see. Kerry, I think you're next. Oh, Bill's in there, too. Let me finish up with you, Bill. We'll see you, of course, Bill, in the morning if you can get on 40. And then we'll pick up Kerry here. KO6KD with KE5DTU and WA6AAJ on 6K6MYC.
Okay, well, I'll get out of the way then, Mike. Sounds like you got a full crowd here. So good evening to you. Good evening, Phil, if you can hear me. I'll look for you guys in the morning. 731, all KO6KD.
73, Bill. Thank you. Over to you, Kerry, and my golly, what a pleasure to hear you here. I'm glad things are still working here. KC5DTU, a lot of things happening. I haven't heard too much more about the auto pen thing, but I thought that was a big deal announced over the weekend. Over.
Roger that, Michael. Yeah, the biggie right now is that they're trying to smear DJT's people, and I'm sure you heard about the Hegseth debacle, but that's to be expected. But again, a lot of things happening in the background, and we'll have to get a twisted pair or something so I can bring you up to date.
Yeah, it'd be great to have you. We got almost everything running in the house now, so we could have you up here as a guest and actually be able to serve you warm coffee and stuff. That's one thing that did not fail. The coffee maker didn't fail, of all things. But we lost heaters in both ends of the house and a bunch of other stuff. We lost a dryer in the wash machine area, so we replaced both of those. Lost the sleep number bed tilt control. Lost the oven in the kitchen. lost 3 or 4 plug strips that had a lot of things connected to them. And we lost the fluorescents in this room. We just had them replaced yesterday. Matt and Tyler, my grandson, got up here and they went downtown and got replacement LED bulbs, and we cut the ballasts out and rewired them, and now I got beautiful light in the shack again. But I was operating about almost a week with no light in the shack here, except for a little bedroom lamp. Anyway, back to you, Kerry, and yeah, we'd be happy to have you up here or get on the phone and exchange some things. I need to have your updates, whatever you know that's new that I don't. I think the hedge pass thing is all a bunch of crap, and they're just trying to raise hell. They're just trying to make something out of nothing, and it is. And you know that they're doing everything absolutely legal. They're worried about the boat thing coming across the Caribbean and killing the people on the boat. Well, screw that. They're killing us. That's terrorist stuff. Any way you cut it. Any boat that's got 4 Mercury outboards at 100 horsepower each on the back is not a pleasure boat. So hit that sucker. And I know that they know even where they're coming from and when they leave and what's on board and everything. So yeah, we've got good intelligence in that area. KC5D to you in a group, K6MYC.
Roger, Michael. Well, believe me, I've been in a chase or 2 of those boats with the big engines on the back there, and it's no fun. So if you can take them out and get them stopped by not risking agents' lives, it's a good thing. Anyhow, what happened up there on the hill? Did you have a massive power surge or what?
Well, we're not exactly sure yet. It might have been one of the inverters in the solar system that went wild, and we ended up with some hot voltage, 75 volts or so on the neutral line, and it also lit up the ground lead. The ground line is, it's grounded several places, but there's long lengths of wire in some places before you get back to ground. So the ground wire going down to the solar panel array framework was hot, and the framework was hot, and all kinds of weird stuff. And it took a lot of little plug strips and ballasts and the fluorescents and stuff over.
Yeah, roger that. Well, sounds, yeah, I'm fighting solar here. I'm still without heat, no sunshine, so I can sympathize with you. But I'll get out here and shiver and whatever, and get recognized and back in. And also like to holler at AAJ there. Heard him in there. And I'll turn it back to you, Michael.
Yeah, okay, very good, Kerry. Go ahead, Mike, WA6AAJ. Go ahead.
Roger, how you doing, Gary? It's been a while. I'm glad you're still around and getting on board. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say as well sometime. So it's all very peculiar and the timing of it just all coincides with that seditious 6 stuff, and who knows what else is going on. So anyway, good to hear you again, Kerry. KD6 DTU WA6AJ 727.
Okay, Michael, good to hear you. Sound like you're fighting a cold there, and we'll try and get something set up there. And Michael, I'm going to run in out of the cold. I've made my presence, and I'll be here tomorrow night, too, also.
Okay, good. We'll look forward to it. I do have an appointment in town on Thursday. It's a skin appointment at 9:45. I'll probably be out there at 10:45 or 11. And I'm trying to get another appointment for my hearing aid, whether it's being repaired, and it may or may not be in, so I may not be able to get that taken care of at the same time, but maybe we can we'll plan it. As we get a little closer, we'll know whether we got a chance for lunch, okay?
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm due for a Roto-Rooter job on Thursday, so I don't think I can make it this Thursday.
Okay. We'll probably hold off on that then. Well, that's the way it goes. There'll be other times, I'm sure. I may have to come in another time for my hearing aid, and maybe we could do it on one of those other days. if the hearing aid isn't repaired. They did not call me back today, so apparently they did not get any information from the repair center on whether it's been shipped or where it is. So I suspect it's going to be a little later than Thursday before I begin to see it or have any hope of seeing it. So that means we're into next week, and then maybe we'll have a free day for us. 7-3 for now, Kerry, and good to hear you, Mike. You're sounding good. I haven't heard Bill in here tonight, but I don't know what his status is. Do you know, Mike?
Yeah, he's okay, and I think he's playing cards with the wife. I'm going to be seeing him tomorrow, so yeah, he's okay. Pointy stick is dull still, so that's all I can say.
I missed the last. He's doing what?
He's playing cards with his wife.
Oh, I got the cards with his wife. Yeah, I got that part. Okay. Yeah, well, as long as she's not on the other side of the table from him, he's probably okay.
Well, he loses all the time. I think the daughter wins most of it, but he continues to go back for more.
Okay. Very good. Well, thanks for checking in, Mike. Good to hear you. And it sounds like you're getting a little better. At this time of year, it's hard to get over that last little bit of those cold things. And luckily, I've been lucky so far. I haven't had a cold for 2 or 3 years, so I'm really hanging in there. I'm taking some medicine that was recommended during COVID to really build up your immune system, and I've never been so healthy in that respect. I always get at least one cold a year, but now I've gone 3 years without one. So I think this treatment of about 6 different medicines or over-the-counter stuff, supplements, are helping for my immune system. So I think that's the only thing I can attribute it to. But I can't complain. 7-3, Mike, WA6AAJ, K6MYC, clear and listening up. I'm still pointed up north. If there's anybody that hears me coming in now, K6MYC.
Hey, good evening, Kerry, if you're still there, and Mike, WA6AAJ, KC5DTU, KM6SR here.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you for getting out there when you're not feeling good. I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, it's been a hanger-on, and it goes up and down as far as getting better, and then it comes back, and, it's all right. It'll eventually go away.
Yep, keep after it. It'll go away.
Okay.
Kerry's already gone.
So let me see here. Anybody else in this direction? I must be pointed towards Sacramento, so I got to go about 20 degrees more to the west to see if I can get Ken in here. K6MYC standing by for any other check-ins. Ken, if you're there, come on in.
Yeah, K6 here.
Yeah, go ahead, and I'll swing toward you while you're talking. Go ahead.
Okay, K6MYC and 6RO, Bozo 835 in the middle of Charlie Mike 97, DX. And nothing new to report since 222. We're still hanging in there at position number 5 in the multi category. Highest score this side of Pennsylvania in our category. So we feel good about that. And yeah, I don't know if I gave you breakdowns. I'm not sure you even care, but I have them here. Am I talking?
Yeah, no, you're okay. You're fine. I was just moving the antenna, and I had to stand up to see what the S-meter was doing. I was trying to peek you on the S-meter. It's so broad tonight, I couldn't tell. On my readout, I found out why the readout's off. I'm using an elevation box. It's one of our boxes, but the elevation box apparently over the last few years has been modified with a different set of software. So it only lets the rotator turn 180 degrees. So I think in one direction I'm running into a physical stop, and in the other direction I'm going 90 degrees over to west. So I'm going from north to west, and that's the only way I can rotate. But that's why the readout's all screwed up. Anyway, we finally, Matt told me that today, and that explains why I can't calibrate this box no matter what I do. box works and it's rotating the antenna, but it just doesn't have the software to run with a 360-degree rotation thing, with allowing 14 degrees overshoot at each end of the rotation. So there you go. Anyway, long story about nothing there. Anyway, take it away, and then we'll get on and into the Bay Area and see if there's anybody else there. N6RO K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. Well, rotators are a big PITA. I've got 14 of them here, and there's always one failing every week. But we do have backup, so we keep going in the contest anyway. 160-meter CW contest coming up this next weekend. There's a contest every weekend from now through the end of April, so it's a busy time, and PG&E is getting all my money in 6RO.
Yeah, I hear you. By the way, Phil, WB6GGY just checked in, and he said the conditions on 80 meters this evening were just terrible. Apparently the CME has hit and completely obliterating 80 meters or doing something really bad to it. Hopefully that won't carry over into the weekend for you. But anyway, okay on that. Your audio is really ratty on this band here. Really rough, really difficult to copy. It may be just too much. It sounds like the audio gain is wide open or something. Anyway, I always complain about your audio, but you know why. It's because you got so many other fingers in there adjusting it for different situations. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow on 1296 off of the 9700, and you always sound spectacular on that one. There was something else I was going to pass on, but it's not coming to mind yet. N6RO for your final K6MYC, and maybe maybe Rob wants to say hi too. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. How you doing, Ken? N6RO, KM6SR.
Rob, you're very weak. Say again?
He just called and gave you a call. He said hi.
I heard him, but not very well. Q3.
Yeah, why are you must not be pointed toward Ken, Rob.
Yeah, I thought I had him good before, but he went way down. So this is another one where I don't have exact control of where it's pointing.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow, Ken, on 1296. Good evening for now. N6RO, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, good. Talking about PG&E, the county is still stalling us. They keep coming up with a new permit request, environmental and health, and it seems like I'm going to have to get a permit to go to the bathroom. That's all I can say about the county of Contra Costa in 6RO.
Is this on your solar system you're waiting?
Yeah, we started 6 months ago.
Well, obviously they are trying to tell you shouldn't be putting solar in. They want you to keep paying PG&E. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, down here in Madeira, they're pretty good about permits on the solar stuff. At least they were when I did mine, but that was 8 or 9 years ago. So who knows? They may have tightened the restrictions. I had a little bit of hassle. I had to call up the Indian reservation up north and make sure that the holes we dig in the ground didn't going into any burial grounds, and we confirmed that with them pretty quickly. They didn't know I had. They were worried about holes that were 1 foot in diameter and 18 inches deep, and I didn't tell them that I had 9 holes on the property that were 8 feet deep and 4 feet in diameter, done many years ago. Over.
Yeah, power basis wins. Yeah, well, it's the county. The county's problem is the carport structure that supports the solar panels. And, it's been up there for 15 years. They didn't complete the paperwork on the original permit for it. And they deny any incompetence. BS. And that's all I can say about the county in 6RO.
I hear you. Well, you should talk to Matt about permits. He's in. They got him for about $100 grand so far. So you better be feeling good.
Oh, well, it's not the money. It's the holdup.
I know, but it took Matt 2.5 years to get a permit.
Yeah, well, they're costing me money because I can't deduct it this year, or I can't reduce my taxable this year.
I hear you. Yeah, I know you. You wanted to get it in the tax year. Understand. Okay. Well, we'll talk more about that perhaps tomorrow on 1296 if there's anything else that's new. 7-3 Ken. N6RO, K6MYC. Anybody else before I turn to the Bay Area? I don't hear anybody else. Let me go into the Bay Area here. It's pretty far down into the Bay Area. Bozo Net, 6 meters, please. Check in now, K6MYC. We should have WB6WNI in here. Where are you, Gary?
K6USY.
Oh, you got home, did you?
Yeah, and I heard your question about how I run the stream. So I pulled over to the side of the road to start it, and then I just had it plugged into my car, so I could listen to it from the car. But if I needed to do anything, I had to pull over. But I had my Starlink Mini in the car, so I had good internet today on the way home. So now the phone call didn't work out too well, but anyways. Yeah, I ended up having to hike 4 miles each way to get the last park that I wanted to do today. So I ended up spending 2 hours this afternoon hiking 1,100 feet of elevation up to the top of the hill, just so that I could say that I was there and get my 10 contacts and then get out of there before it got cold. Anyways, I'm home. K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Yeah, where was the one you had to hike to?
So it's the Panoche Hills, and they don't have the road open right now, but it's open for public hiking. And so I just parked at the bottom of the hill and hiked in, and I knew about how many miles it was going to be. And of course, you get to the where the public land starts, it's BLM land. And then it's another like half a mile to get up to the actual top. And of course, you get up there, and there's a pit toilet and a picnic table and and stuff. It's just the road was closed, and I had to hike in.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, we got you and Brittany checked in here. Rob, check him and Brittany in on this band. We also checked you alone in on the 220 band because you were running the net.
Yep, Roger. Yeah, I heard that, and I wouldn't have been able to. Well, I didn't get home in time, and then I had my 705 with me, so right now my 220 is not hooked up, but it'll be hooked back up for next week. K6USY.
Okay, very good. By the way, I've got 2 new transverters here, a 1296 transverter and a 902 transverter that came in from Tom, KW6S, and they both look beautiful. I don't know what the brand is on the 902, but it's got some kind of a power connector on the back that I don't recognize. That I haven't had a chance to get into the manual yet. I'll have Frank look at it tomorrow if he shows up, and maybe I'll get that connector ordered so I can get some DC leads made up for that thing. Then I can try getting on 902. Daniel up there in DM09 is ready to try with me, so we're going to be trying on 902 here probably in the next couple of weeks. That'll be interesting. That'll be a new grid for him, and of course good for everybody. And it'll be the beginning of getting us ready for a Bozo Net on 902. Back to you, K6MYC.
Oh, very good. Yeah, Tom has had those at the last 2 swap meets, and so I have I know exactly what you got because I have seen them in person. So very good. Well, mine's up and running. I think John was having back or leg problems or something, so I don't think he's gotten his hooked up yet. We haven't even tested it yet, so I'm definitely eager to give that a try and see if I can actually hear people over my noise floor down here. So anyways, I'll let you carry on with the net. I got to go unload the car, so I'll be listening. K6USY.
Yeah, and I haven't decided which shack to put the 902 in, but I may do it at the barn. At least temporarily, I'll do it at the barn. I think I think the antenna's in a little better position. I got less work to do on that to get it on the barn than I do at the house. So I'll be anxious to try it as soon as I get power to the thing. So I got to find out what the IF is. I think it's a 2-meter or a 10-meter IF. That's the only question mark now. He thought it was a 2-meter IF, so I'm hoping it is. All those things will be hopefully available to me when I open up manual. Good enough. Take care. Thanks for checking in here. K6USY, soon to be K6US, K6MYC. Okay, I'm still looking for the Bay Area. Must not be pointed right here. Bay Area, Bay Area. Where's the Bay Area? Has anybody copied me anywhere? K6MYC Bozo Net. Come on, I got to get somebody to come on in the Bay Area. Bay Area, Bay Area, please come on. Somebody up there, K6, AF6 United or anybody. I'm going to rotate back and forth, but I'm not hearing anybody in the Bay Area. I'm sure somebody's got a piece of me. Make some noise, Bay Area, make noise, K6MYC.
Well, I'm not sure if it's the right Bay Area, but AF6 United.
AF6 United, I hear you. I must not be too far from you there, Lee. AF6 United, 1089, 1098, I should say, K6MYC.
K6MYC from AF6 United. Yes, sir. I think you're about halfway between the Bay Area and my location here, just a little bit south of Watsonville, and I'll give you a little bit of chatter and see if, since nobody else is coming back to you in the other Bay Area, that San Francisco Bay Area, I am here in the Monterey Bay Area. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm still rotating, and you just started to come up. I think I'm still rotating. Let me see, is it still going? Yes, it is. It's still rotating. Oh, you may be right. That may be closer. Is that better now?
No, it's about the same, as a matter of fact. So, and actually, I don't have too much more to say tonight than I did last night on the air. So, with that, I'll just do the check-in and hope you all are doing well. The one thing I will have to say is stop blowing that Thule fog our way. Man, we've been waking up in the morning, and the Thule fog has been rolling in from the east, and that never happens here. And it's colder than the dickens, and we're getting wind gusts to 40 miles an hour out of the east, and it's miserable around here. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. This should be better. You came up from S3 to S9, so I must be awful close to you now, Lee. So, good deal. Did you try to call me today?
Oh, no, no, I don't think so. I don't really have any questions right now, so, nope, that wasn't me.
Somebody by the name of Lee, Judy wasn't sure of the last name, but somebody with the name of Lee called from area 209, which is around the area here, but it's mostly up near Sacramento, but I don't know who it would have been. But I missed a call. Oh, they sent me an email. Or, oh no, I can't remember. Judy told me about it, and it might have been a phone message or something anyway. But I don't know who it was, and I didn't get the number, so I don't know who called me. Anyway, I just thought I'd ask. I only know 2 Lees on here, you and one other. So who knows? Anyway, thanks very much for checking in. Good to hear you. I'll see if Rob, are you hearing Lee tonight?
Yes, I am. How you doing, Lee? AF6 United, KM6SRR.
Oh, KM6SRR, AF6 United. You are loud and clear here tonight. You're about an S5. Mike is about an S8. So you're doing real well here tonight. How am I doing over there?
I've got you about an S2, but perfectly copyable. Sounds nice and clear and loud.
Okay, well, yeah, it's good to hear you. 6 meters is a little bit better for us. I guess the higher we go in frequency, the harder it is to connect because of that big rock that's in the way. So I'll say 7 threes for tonight, Rob, and good to hear you. KM6SRR, AF6 United.
Okay, sounds good, Lee. Yep, those rocks are bad. AF6 United, KM6SRR, 73.
Yep, 73, Lee, and we'll see you on Wednesday if you can make it there. Thanks very much for coming in tonight and holding up your Watsonville, Santa Cruz end of the bargain there. Hi. AF6 United near Watsonville, okay, 6MYC, clear, and I'm into the Bay Area now slightly, so anybody in the Bay Area, please come now. Okay, 6MYC.
WB6WNI1090.
There he is. Hi, Gary. I thought so. I've been going back and forth there. I figured out why I couldn't get this thing to point right. It's pointing sort of right, but not right on, and it's reading all screwy. And it's because I'm using an elevation rotor that has different software than the one that's meant for azimuth. It turns everything. It does all the things, but it just doesn't give me the right readout. It's all out of calibration. So that's why I'm not able to know where I'm pointing here. Anyway, good to hear you. And I don't know whether Chris is going to be in here or not. KA6UYH. You might give him a call. Over.
So, Roger, Mike, yes. You peaked up very nicely. I heard you talking to Tom, or, you know, the one in Watsonville. Tom and Tom and Lee heard you very well, and then you just zoomed right up and you turned the antenna. So, anyway, Chris, are you out there? KA6UYH1226. Chris, are you around? Mike, I guess not, because like I said, he comes in 20 over 9. I couldn't miss him. But anyway, the band is doing well. Very high noise level here. It's just because we're in the city, but it affects 6 meters more than 2 meters, and 440 is not affected, but this band sure is. Anyway, back to you, Mike, and no sign of Chris.
Okay. Well, you're peaking about S7 here. I went back and forth. I got a pretty good peak on you. I might be shaded a little bit to the north of you so that I can hear anybody else that comes in, including W6PQL. So we won't keep it. We're just running at the end of the net here. And I was down in the Bay Area, see if we can find anybody else in here. We got about 15 check-ins so far, so we're not doing super good on 6 meters these days. Anyway, Gary, thanks much, and we'll see you on Wednesday, of course. WB6WNI, San Jose Campbell, K6MYC.
Yeah, 73, Mike, WB6WNI. Talk to you on Wednesday.
See you then. Bye-bye. Anybody else in the Bay Area, please come now. K6MYC. Bay Area, last call. Boy, oh boy. I don't know where Jim went tonight. He was in here on 220. On top of everything else, this rotator turns real slow, so I'm not used to the speed. It's so slow going across the stations that I think it's not even rotating sometimes. QRZ Bay Area, 6 meters, K6MYC. How about W6 Papa Echo? Are you copying me off the side of the beam, Mike? He's usually in here. I was up his way earlier. I'm I'm sure he can hear me. And I haven't heard KB6, WB6JNP for quite a while. KB6JNP, or WB6JNP, I think it is. Dane, but he may be on a trip or something. I think he said something about going north for Thanksgiving, so maybe he's still up there. Anyway, I think we're done, Rob. I don't know how many we got, but it doesn't look like many more than what we had on 220, over.
Yeah, a few more it looks like, but let me count. Well, I'm showing 16. Who was the last guy we got?
Well, I don't know. It wasn't 20. So we're in the ballpark anyway. Okay. Well, we probably could have gotten some more here tonight, but I was going to call Ken today, and I didn't get to it. I had so many other phone calls, and then the phone was out of service, and one thing and another. I just didn't call Ken. Maybe I'll give him a jingle tomorrow. See what he's doing, and hopefully I can smooth out my mismanipulation of the calls the other night on 2 meters when he called in, and then I didn't shoot it over to him. He seems to get ruffled when that happens. I didn't even hear him tonight on working Ralph. I can usually hear him splattering on the band, so I know somebody's on there, but I didn't hear any of that.
Okay, so I won't put Ralph down. I won't get in trouble. Yeah, I saw Ken today over at Larry's. He seemed to be doing okay. We were trying to help Larry with his garage door opener remote.
Okay. Well, we'll call it for tonight. Aaron's home. Good evening to you, Aaron. Thanks for running the stream as usual. And this box is still unplugged, but it's meaningless anyway, so I'm no point in having it on there. I'm trying to get Matt to get the more repaired, but we're buried just trying to get a whole bunch of. We got about $500,000 worth of stuff that's got to ship in the next few days, and they're cranking like crazy on that. So everybody's balls to the wall, and nobody's working on my rotator boxes. I've got 3 of them now. This one here is meant to turn a different rotator, and it works. It's just turning the wrong rotator. It's meant to turn an OR20, MT1000 that's turned sideways, and we're using it for azimuth. So it works great if I put it in one tower out here that has an MT1000 on it, which is azimuth, but it's an elevation rotator, so it's got the right programming in it. But I thought it was, I can use that box, and sure as heck it's not going to work. So I'll have to put this back in service, back in the barn, and hopefully I'll get another one from the plant here sooner or later. Anyway, good night, guys. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow on 1296 here. From the barn, K6USY, WKM6SRR, and anybody else listening, K6MYC, clear and closing.
I don't hear Aaron. Is he on there?
I don't hear Aaron. I think he's done. He probably is busy just unpacking from his trip. He was potusing all day. And he's probably still unpacking, and he's probably pooped. He had a big hike, as he was saying earlier. He had to hike a couple of miles, both up and back to the last site he wanted to put on the air. So I'm glad that he's doing that. It's certainly keeping him very active. Anyway, good evening. I'll make it official. This is K6MYC in Denmark, Mexico 07 Delta Bravo. Bozo 47, closing the 2. I'll get one of them right. Closing the 6 meter 50.140 net on December 1st, 2025. Good night, all. K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. The last person I had on my list was Lee. Is he the last one you have?
I'm sorry, I missed it, Rob. Say again.
the last person that you have on your list, was that Lee?
No, I think it's Aaron.
Oh, I automatically put him down in the beginning when I do any of the nets.
Okay, go back up above that. No, the last one on the list would be Lee. Yes, Lee. I think AF6 United 1098.
Okay. I've got to do some paperwork. Doing the Aries net, I got to turn in the roster for that also. So I'll just leave the radio on here. Maybe we'll hear MTS come in or N6BYH.
Who knows? I'll leave the radio on as well, but I'll go in and I'll send the copy of what I have here. Have Judy make a copy of it and send it to you, okay?
Okay, that would be good. Thank you.
Roger. 73.
SR, 73, Mike.
73.